From wasting hours and hours doom scrolling on social media to beholding and reliving some of our most beautiful and nostalgic childhood memories, or even simple things like standing in front of a camera and pulling off stupid stunts for views and popularity. This phenomenal platform that allows us to pirate movies at the comfort of our own homes, a platform that determines and controls how we think and perceive our world, and most importantly, it is the last place you want to find your nudes after breaking up with your ex. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the internet! Google, what is the internet?
Internet. A global computer network providing a variety of information and communication facilities, consisting of interconnected networks used.
So, here's a fun fact that you guys never asked for. According to our GOAT, ChatGPT, and this one post that I found on Instagram, over 50% of Generation Z wants to pursue a career in content creation. And to be honest, who can blame us? I feel that sometimes we just forget how vast, enormous, and endless the internet truly is. Content creation, social media, and music have become a medium of endless creativity and fun. The standard of entertainment and art is always being redefined every second, as at least 30 videos per second are being dropped on YouTube alone. I mean, the internet is literally being overflooded with so much content to the point where the sky isn't just the limit, as it is now the bare minimum. And aiming for the stars isn't just ambition, it is now the only proven way to get decent views on the internet. And even though music, movies, and YouTube videos are a big part of our lives and memories, content creation is just a small aspect of the internet. And this is because the internet also offers freedom. Freedom of expression, freedom of education, and most importantly, financial freedom. And I say this because roughly 1,870 millionaires across the world are made per day, thanks to online businesses and or content creation. Another thing that might fascinate you guys about the internet is how it's often used as a mass weapon of propaganda, as governments around the world invest billions and billions of dollars on news platforms, sell out YouTube channels and movies to shove their political ideologies down our throats, because they also know just how influential the internet truly is, and how the internet has the power to shape our worldviews, the power to develop our characters, and ultimately, they invest all this money on internet propaganda as an attempt to keep themselves in power, stop us from questioning them, and portray themselves as perfect angels of peace and justice. In a nutshell, the internet is arguably man's greatest invention simply because it has raised the standards of entertainment to levels that have never been seen before. It has and still is impacting millions of lives educationally, financially, and basically redefining our era, and we've all been blessed with the opportunity to bear witness to this beautiful phenomenon. And not just witness it, but to also be a part of this historic revolution. And in this video, we will be exploring exactly how and why. Imagine a virtual world of constant sensation, excitement, and shock. A hyper-stimulating world that's always satisfying our desire for pleasure and offers an abundant plate of literally whatever emotions we so wish to experience. The world that I'm talking about is mass internet content, and our mass consumption of this content is probably the main reason as to why most of us are even addicted to our phones in the first place. Okay, let me cook. Our consumption of this mass content submerges us in oceans of dopamine and instant gratification. And this is often illustrated in the forms of memes, streaming, reaction videos, anime, music, podcasts, and so much more. This is obviously both concerning and beautiful. Beautiful because as time goes on, content creation gets more saturated, and this challenges and pretty much forces us content creators to improve our videos. And how we often improve our videos for you guys is by increasing the number of transitions per second in our videos. spam random sound effects as many times as possible, and even go as far as to use recognizable and viral clips to trigger emotional reactions from you guys, and hopefully make our videos appear more relatable than they actually are. And even though these subtle details generally generate more views, they are also concerning because the more and more we consume this hyper-stimulating content, the lower our attention span decreases, and therefore, the second we encounter a video that isn't as hyper-stimulating, we instantly lose focus. A video that doesn't capture our interest within 3 seconds, we then quickly swipe to the next video. And this low attention span often creeps into other aspects of our lives, such as struggling to pay attention in class, failing to be present in genuine face-to-face conversations, and why we often find ourselves binge-watching Netflix whilst texting someone and doing work simultaneously. Now, I'm obviously not here to shame nor ridicule anyone for consuming content on the internet, because I basically do it as well, not gonna lie. But I am here to say that it would be wise for all of us to carefully monitor and control how much content we feed our minds. And if we practice these precautions, then I genuinely believe that we'd all appreciate just how vast and infinite the internet truly is. Appreciate the art, memories, and happiness that the internet has given us over the past years. And most importantly, appreciate all the wholesome moments that the internet has provided us with motivational videos that really helped us get through some of our darkest moments, gave us hope, and helped us get back on our feet. And speaking of hope and motivation, let's also discuss now into the beginning of a new decade, 2020. COVID-19 caught everyone off guard as people were depressed, stuck in their beds, and trapped in deep isolation. During this time, the internet didn't just explode intensively. It was reborn as eternity, and it redefined the fate of humanity. Views began to skyrocket. OnlyFans sales went through the roof, and literal teenagers turned into overnight millionaires. And streamers took over pop culture and have been dominating our For You pages ever since then. Ultimately, the internet redefined money. It redefined the standard of living, and most importantly, it provided us with thousands of guides on how to achieve financial freedom. Now, when it comes to making money online, there are generally 3 ways most people make their money. Firstly, monetization. Essentially, big companies such as Apple, Revlon, Microsoft, and a billion other companies pay social media platforms such as YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and etc. to advertise their own products to us viewers. And this is where the magic begins. Content creators with enough views actually get to have a share of the money that these companies are paying. And this is why we are all forced to watch ads. Secondly, affiliate marketing. This is when users sign up for delivery companies such as Amazon, Shopify, Temu, and so much more. And these users advertise their products on behalf of these companies, and they get to keep commission based off whatever sales that they make. And lastly, freelancing. This is where people basically sell their services online. Services such as thumbnail designs, online coaching, and social media management, or even video editing. And just a little fun fact about me, and I know you guys never asked, but I've personally made a decent amount of cash from freelancing, as before I had the courage to start my own YouTube channel, I actually started editing for other YouTubers, and I found these clients on an app known as Discord. And like I said, these are just 3 of the most general ways that people make their money online, but not necessarily the only ways that people make their online money, as some people make their money by either selling their feed pictures on OnlyFans, cryptocurrency scams, and selling stolen IDs online, and so much more. And speaking of online scams and unethical ways of using the internet, let's actually look at how Hey there, ChatGPT. Please simply define the word indoctrination.
Indoctrination means teaching someone to accept a set of beliefs or ideas without questioning them. It usually involves shaping a person's thinking in a way that discourages critical thinking or independent judgment.
Fear, isolation, rage, joy, shock, motivation, and so much more are all emotions that our internet for you pages offer us. And from time to time, all of us human beings tend to let our emotions control us and often let our emotions get the better of us. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we've all at least seen that one video edit that is so satisfyingly cool to the point where we ourselves pretend as though we're in the video. I know that I definitely do it almost every single day, not gonna lie. And whilst pretending to be in an edit isn't genuinely harmful, it just goes to show you just how much influence the internet has over us. Now, if just a few videos are all that it takes to make us pretend that we're in a video edit that we've seen on the internet somewhere, then imagine the impact that the millions of videos we've watched have had over us in the past years. Imagine how much of these videos have influenced our characters, our minds, and our opinions. Now, what if I told you that our governments are well aware of this fact? What if I also told you that our governments are bribing these massive internet platforms with billions of dollars to leak our private information? And most importantly, what if I told you that our governments are bribing social media algorithms to excessively promote their political agendas to all of us? And not just the algorithms, but also the radios, movies, and news platforms in an attempt to buy our loyalty, get us to glorify them, and ultimately get us to keep them in power. But hey, it's not just our governments, it's also these massive multi-billion-dollar companies too, as they've also been caught many times bribing these internet algorithms to subtly make us subconsciously familiarize ourselves with their products.
37% of teenage girls between 13 and 15 were exposed to unwanted nudity in a week on Instagram. You knew about it. Who did you fire?
Senator, this is why we're building all.
Who did you fire?
Tools. Senator, I don't think that's.
Who did you fire?
I'm not going to answer that.
Because you didn't fire anybody.
Let's quickly look at TikTok, for example. This fun and exciting app collects our browsing information, search history, typing patterns, and our Wi-Fi names, our personal information from other third-party apps, and our approximate locations. And the reason they do this is to know which ads would most likely appeal to us. Now, this may seem like a fair reason to collect our personal details. However, it should also be notified that on the 2nd of May 2025, the European Union fined TikTok 530 million euros for leaking unauthorized user data to the Chinese government after a 4-year investigation. And funny enough, it's not just TikTok, as the GOAT himself, Mark Zuckerberg, and his Meta were fined $15 million by the South Korean government in November 2024 for leaking political views, religious beliefs, sexual orientations of approximately 980,000 Facebook users to roughly 4,000 advertisers. And even the current president of America, Donald Trump, exposed his own government for funding propaganda campaigns, which cost them
estimated annual fraud of over $500 billion in our nation.
My guess is that most of you have probably never heard of these incidents, and that's probably because of the point that I'm trying to make, which is that internet forums have been paid to keep quiet. And these indoctrination techniques have been used by many of the most powerful and influential governments and companies across the world. Considering that these massive organizations have been caught lying, bribing, leaking information, and breaching their very own terms and conditions, highly suggests that these organizations don't even see people like you and I as their fellow human beings with our own emotions. But instead, they see us as mere numerical data and statistical trends on a graph. Because, in all fairness, social media, pirating sites, and anything that contains ads is free to watch because we are the products and we are the ones for sale. And our time is the currency. After carefully considering the pros and cons of the internet, we must now ask ourselves, in early 2008, a digital concept known as Bitcoin was introduced by Satoshi Nakamoto, and people completely disregarded and laughed at the whole idea of buying real-life items with digital tokens, Fast forward to today, and one Bitcoin is roughly worth $109,538 US. AI, for those of you that don't know, was actually introduced back in the 1950s and 1960s, and as you'd expect, people also laughed at the idea of machines thinking for themselves, and while the rest is history. Now, enter the internet, a revolutionary concept introduced in the 1990s, which has exploded into the virtual phenomena that we all know and love today. A virtual opportunity that stares right back at us every time we doom scroll and watch videos like this. A virtual platform that gives nobodies like me opportunities to showcase our talents and offers endless inspiration, education, and allows us to spectate the peak of human innovation. Now, am I saying that you should start a YouTube channel? Am I saying that you should quit your job and drop out of school? No. Of course not. But what I am saying is that it would be kind of foolish to not include the internet with our goals. Essentially, the world is changing and evolving thanks to the internet, and it will be within our best interest to adapt and capitalize this opportunity. Now, if content creation isn't your strongest skill, then that's chilled, as there's just so much other ways to find online success. But beware that finding online success is not easy, because as I've previously stated, that the standard of online success is so high that marketers, content creators, and online entrepreneurs are oftentimes forced to think outside the box just to stand out from the competition and generate clicks. I know that I've said this a million times, but the internet is amazing and offers tons of possibilities, but most of us internet users belittle and degrade the internet to a mere source of entertainment and laughter, and spend meaningless hours doom scrolling on the internet. Guys, stop that. Now, some of you may have noticed that despite talking about the internet, I've barely addressed the presence of adult content on the internet. And this is because I've made a completely separate video on that subject. And if you enjoyed this video, then I highly recommend that you check out this video right over here. And overall, if you stay through this video, then I just want to say thank you so much, and please crack that like and subscribe button, and I hope to see you guys next time. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye.